Hi everyone, I'm Noelle of Church. I couldn't find that button to save my life. This is the Story Cell group, and we are here on Nicole Connor's page. I'm so excited and honored to get to open up tonight, and Kiwi Whitehead's going to be interviewing all of these lovely business partners of ours. Like I said, this is the Story Cell training group, and we have a quote and hashtag each week. This week the hashtag is world, and it's from a quote that says, "It's a beautiful world to see, or it's dismal in every zone. The thing it must be in its gloom or its gleam depends on yourself alone." And that's an anonymous quote. I'm going to turn it over to Kiwi to interview.
I love this quote this week, and we've used hashtag world before, but I was so excited to use it again because I loved using the GIF with the world coming in and out. I loved it. So we had a great time again this week. Thank you, Noelle, for picking that quote this week. And we're going to go to Wanda. Wanda, what did you do this week? Your stories, hashtag world. What does this quote mean to you? Go ahead. It's all yours.
Thank you. I'm so glad to be here with all these beautiful ladies. The thing with world, we create our own world. We either make that world small or large, and we also make it be gloomy or groomy or have it glow. So it doesn't matter. I mean, I did I did things about expanded life, and I did something about my very close world, and of course, gardening and being with my husband, and that's part of my immediate world. But I also love traveling, and so that's another part of my world. So it doesn't matter where we're at, we create our world. So back to you, Coach KB.
Hey, Wanda, that's great. And it kind of lined up with what we did in Four Agreements last night with our light. We talked a lot about spreading our light and shining our light on the world. So I love that. Thank you. Next up, we have Nicole. Nicole, hashtag world. What did it mean to you this week?
Well, thank you so much for interviewing on my page tonight. I love it, love it, love it when I get to have this Hollywood Squares full of amazing, positive people. So for me, I've talked kind of a little bit of everything, but for me this week, I was really focusing on my kids. And I don't always do that, but my world right now is just, I'm having a lot of fun sort of remembering where they've been and where they're going. And so I did a lot of posts about my kids this week, and I also did some posts about all of you and my world. And right now, my online world, like many of you watching here on my page, many of you are spending a lot more time online. And so you're watching, you're wondering, you're just trying to figure out what's going to happen next. And you go to social media to try and, connect with people. So for me, trying to give you and deliver, something positive or something thought-provoking, something to get you thinking for yourself, as opposed to what everybody's telling you to do or think about online. So I'm grateful for those of you watching here tonight, and I'm more grateful for this amazing online community I have here in Story Cell. So I'll go ahead and turn it back over to you, Coach. Thanks so much for interviewing tonight.
Yeah, I love what you're saying, and what we found in this time, especially being in healthcare, I'm in healthcare IT, is every day can change. Last week, we were wondering if we had jobs, and this week we're slammed. So healthcare for me is literally moving day to day. We just don't know. And coming online to be able to stay consistent and be positive no matter what is what it's about. And that will help us grow as people, and we will attract what we want in our business life as well. So we're able to grow income online using that strategy, and Story Cell is the platform for that. I truly love looking at everybody's stories, especially yours this week, Nicole, as you honored and loved on people in the class. So I love that. And she had a precious little duck. Was it a duck or chicken? Was it a duck of me? I love that. So people love being honored and recognized online. I know I like it. You like it too. So if you're looking for that type of community and support, Story Cell is where you need to be, right here with us. So I'm going to go next to Mrs. Ritchie. Ritchie, what has hashtag world been for you this week?
Thank you. Hashtag world to me this week, it meant how we can view the beauty of the world through social media, and how we can show positivity about around every in our stories, and how this community of stories sell can inspire our people around the world. That's what world #world means to me. Thank you.
And that's the truth. That's the truth. So we kind of have a reason to be online and be positive no matter what, whether we have a business or not to share. We're just sharing ourselves. We're sharing a quote. We're sharing something that matters to us, whether it's family, friends, other business partners. Story sale is where it's at. So Richie just said it again. I love it. Okay, next up we have Kay. Kay, #world. What did it mean to you this week?
To me, it's really important nowadays for world to be positive. And Richie, thank you for being so creative. She was creative last time when we did world, and then I used the same, it was the image of loving the world and choosing to be positive, choosing to be grateful. And when the quote says you're doing alone, well, you have to take responsibility to do it, but then you're in a community sharing it. So, but it won't happen unless I decide to do it. So loving the world and being positive and being grateful was so important. I was really glad to have world again this week. So yay, stories sell. Back to you, Kibi.
Thank you so much, Kay. It's kind of a common thread to be able to be online and have a meaningful and purposeful reason to hashtag things and be positive. So thank you for sharing. Okay, next up we have Kathy. Kathy, #world. What does this quote mean to you this week?
So we're back to I was honoring my kids this week, especially my oldest son, who he posts so much about his kids. So it's been very easy for that to be my world this week. And this would be my world. You see, this would be everything that I do during the week. But because we're so, staying home, I've actually spent more time outside the last 3 to 4 weeks discovering my yard. It's been a lot of fun, but I find that in stories, when we're putting out there the positive and we're not, putting out all the negative and the worry and the things that are going on, Facebook and life sends all that back to you. So the more you're putting out, the more that's coming back. And I have so enjoyed watching the stories every morning, and you could not even watch them and just listen to the music that's coming through. And 10, 15 minutes, you're like ready for your day because it's positive, because what I'm putting out is attracting that positive. So that's what I'm seeing. So it's been a lot of fun. I do enjoy this class and this community.
Yeah, and that is hard to explain. Like I do explain that a lot. Being online, when we're positive, we get it back. If we stay consistent, it's not overnight. And it's that aha we have. I hope that people really hear you with their ears, because it's really hard sometimes to believe that. But until you walk in it and be in it, and you have that moment like you do, Kathy, saying, look, I see it. I'm putting this out and I'm getting this back. If you could just see with my eyes and hear me with your ears, you would keep doing it. So everybody here watching, everybody in Story Sale, keep doing it. Stay consistent. Your day is coming. That harvest is coming. And if you're watching and you're like, well, I'd like to spread positive messages online, I'd like to be a part of a community, hop in Story Sale with us. What is it? Noelle says, the water is warm. So come on over. So with that, I'm going to take it right to Noelle. For me, I will share #world. For me is, again, like a couple weeks ago we did it. It's about being online, spreading that positive message, and really seeing where everybody is in the world. So I did a lot of #world with Zooms and putting people's states and countries and where they are and really seeing where people are. So I'll just highlight that tonight. Nicole is Zooming live on her Facebook all the way in Sierra Mountains, California. I'm on the other end or other side of the map in North Carolina, in Clemens. And then when you go up northeast, you'll see Richie in New York. Okay. Then if you come back down, maybe go south and midway to the map around Texas, you're going to find K. Then if you go up north a little bit more, I think, y'all don't quote me on geography, but you're going to run into Wanda in Mississippi. Then no, you go back the other way. So you go this way, you're going to find Wanda in Mississippi. And then if you go back this way, I think, maybe a little up, you're going to find Kathy in Kansas. And then maybe if you go back like you're heading northeast, you're going to find Noel in Tennessee. All of us here tonight making this happen across the U.S. So think about that, where you live and where you're watching. Be sure you drop a comment. Let us know you watched and where, or maybe message us if you don't want to drop a comment, message and say, I watched and I live here. That's what's important to me, that I'm able to touch people, talk to people, build relationships across the world. So now it's all yours, Noelle. You can close us out.
That is true of Kiwi. She loves to reach out to people around the world. And Richie is somebody that I've known a lesser amount of time, but I'm so glad that through all of this, I got to meet Richie and see all her beautiful, inspiring stories every day. So without this, I wouldn't have had that incredible opportunity, possibly. Maybe we would have run into each other online. But what I'm so pleased with everybody's stories is I know that they're reaching more people than just me. So Kay was talking about seeing Richie's stories and how that inspired her. So we all get a little bit from it, and everyone here is very positive. And I was scribbling as we went along. I'm just gonna recap a little, and I'll bring my takeaway. Thanks, Nicole. When Wanda was speaking, talking about expanding the world, traveling, I think we're all feeling that when can we travel again? But that in this time, having her own world with her husband and gardening and just doing the yard work and getting that all prepped. I heard from my aunt, she's gone over her garden in Bakersfield back and forth it's perfect, it's ready. Because that's what she's been doing for the last several weeks. And my favorite thing that Wanda said, she said, make our world glow. I love that. That's our mission, is to make our world glow. And Nicole talking about being positive, being thought-provoking. I love being thought-provoking and asking people to think for themselves, because that's what this is too. That's what this quote is. It's thinking for ourselves. And our quote for next week is going to touch on that as well. So I'm really excited for that. And Nicole, as always, grateful for this community, and Kiwi as well, just being online, staying positive, attracting both in online presence and in life, the expansion that she wants to reach and reach more people and help them in the ways that she's talked about here tonight. And for Richie, just viewing the beauty of the world, the positivity in our community, and inspiring people. And she certainly does that. And Kay was loving the world, and she's choosing positivity and gratitude. Kathy talking about her kids and also doing yard work, spending time outside, grooming the yard. And that, again, you'll have that lovely harvest that we talk about, sowing seeds and getting a harvest. And so I also loved Kathy's quote, Facebook and life sends that all back to you. So that positivity, that love, that appreciation, the support. Sometimes we need the support. Sometimes we are the support. But it's just honestly amazing that Facebook does that for us. And one thing that I thought of is, again, with this quote and the one coming next week, sometimes we hear people say, flip the script. And I think in our lives, we've had the script flipped on us pretty frequently lately. You just wake up and all of a sudden you feel like you're a pancake got flipped on the other side. And now we're cooking. Okay, here's what we're doing today. So, but just entering into things with the hope that the silver lining is what we're going to see. We talked a little bit about silver linings, I think, last night. So I would just encourage people, with Kathy talking about hearing everybody's music and how that started off her day. One thing I aspired to, and I find myself more in the habit of it, is starting the day with great music. I play music usually before this class. I call it a class, excuse me, reveal. As I'm getting ready, I choose the Bee Gees a lot. How Deep Is Your Love? It's really calming, but it's also uplifting. And last night I watched a Nashville musician doing his thing for tips. So I sent him a tip because I was like, gonna listen to Bee Gees, but now I got you. So just starting the day off with uplifting music. And if music isn't the thing, choosing a motivational type, whether it's television or YouTube, Les Brown, Lisa Nichols, there's so many. So just really starting the day off with the right mindset. And I'm sure everyone here practices that too. We have a new person, can't wait to get her on with us next week. And I just love this quote, I'll read it again. It kind of reminds me a little bit of a Dr. Seuss. It's a beautiful world to see, or it's dismal in every zone. The thing it must be in its gloom or its gleam depends on yourself alone. So go out there and do great things, everyone. Bye-bye.
Thanks, everyone. We'll see you next week. Bye.